the dog, save the dog, save the human, save the human, save both, save both. Which one would you save? Which one would you save? Serious, serious question. Would you rather save your own dog over a stranger? Like, think about it. Would you rather save your own dog over a stranger, and why? Study shows, and this is an article that I found, I think it was listed back in 2025, but it has some older year referrals on it. But it said, and I'm just going to read it here, nearly 40% of people said they'd save their own dog over a stranger. Do you find that surprising or no? Especially in today's society, today's generations, different generations. I personally, I don't find it surprising. As a dog sitter, I see how much dogs mean to their owners, like how much connection, deep emotional bonds that they have with their dogs. And it's something that I think is a little bit unbreakable. I don't own dogs. I prefer just to experience different dogs. So that's why I tend to dog sit. Also, I just can't afford to own a dog. I feel like if I own a dog, I want to give them like the best life possible. And I know like some dogs really don't need that. As long as you give them their love, you feed them, they're totally fine. But yeah, I found this article really, really interesting. And it went more on basically saying that people showed more empathy for dogs over humans. The only exceptions is, let's say, a 1 year old baby or something, or a little kid. But mainly, people felt more empathy over their pets or dogs in general over humans. And I'm not surprised at this at all. They showed a little study that was given to like university kids, and they passed them all like articles of like a fake incident that happened, but they didn't tell the university students that it was a fake incident. And the incident in the article basically highlights that there were four victims. One article said the victim was a 1 year old child. Another article said the victim was a puppy. Another one said the victim was a 6 year old dog. And then another one said that the victim was a adult. And then after that, it told the university students to basically rank like who they felt more empathy for. Of course, the baby was the number one. That makes sense to me, at least, yes. But number two and number three were the puppy and the 6 year old dog. And when it came to the adult, basically no one cared. No one was like, okay, like why were you put in that situation? You're an adult. Like why didn't you figure things out? Why did you end up being the victim? So the adult human got a little bit more interrogation, like questions, than the 6 year old dog, who technically is an adult dog. But of course, I think the reality is that when it comes to dog, it doesn't matter what age they are, they're still associated as like babies, as like puppies, as like innocent. It doesn't really matter. It's almost I see it like when a mother have their kid and now the kid is 18 or the kid is 30 or even 40, the mother will always say, that's my baby. My baby's innocent. That's my... Not all mothers, but most would be like that. So I kind of associate that with the 6 year old dog. I just find it really interesting that there's way more empathy for dogs than humans. I'm not really surprised. I think, especially in today's generation, a lot more people rather have dogs than humans. A lot more people have way more emotional bonds with dogs than humans, because dogs will love you unconditionally. Dogs will always be there for you. Dogs are your best friends. Dogs will always remember you. like be by your side and everything, while humans, you could get a little bit betrayed by them. They could backstab you, they could disappoint you, there's many other things. But I think there's a separation between a dog, an animal, and a human. But for some folks, they see both as equal. Like a dog is a family member, therefore I am gonna save that dog. Like it's a family member. I see them equal as my other humans. No buts and ends about it. That's my family member, which is fair to think, which is rightfully so, right? So while others are like, a dog's an animal. Like, what do you mean? A dog is not equal to a human. Like, I can't believe that you're valuing like a dog's life over humans. Like, are you crazy? Are you like crazy? Like, there's like opposing like sides to this whole question of, would you rather save your dog over humans or a stranger? And other people, or even a dog in general, whether it's a stray dog or a stranger's dog or a dog across your street or your neighbor's dog or whatever, it doesn't matter. Would you rather save them? But then to me, I like to ask interesting questions. So I would ask, for those that see dogs equal to a family member, would you rather save, and I know this is a really horrible scenario to even think about, would you rather save your dog or your kid if you had a kid? Or would you rather save your dog or a family member? Or are there conditions to this? Like, how connected are you to that family member? I've seen some comments that basically said that some people cried more over their dogs than the death of a family member, whether that family member was their dad, their mom, their cousin, their sister, it doesn't matter. They cried more over their dog than another family member. So yeah, I find it really interesting with this topic. I just wanted to share that. I know I make a more film videos in terms of like exploring different films across the globe. So if you have not, my dog is barking. If you have not seen that, okay, I guess I'll have to get the dog. One second. So this is little Miffy. She's one of the dogs I'm watching. She likes to bark at like, huh? Huh? Hi Miffy, you wanna say hi? But anyway, like I said, I like to make films about different ah she's sniffing around, different films that I like to watch across the globe. I don't know if you could see her right here, but yeah. Thanks for stopping by, and I will see you next time. Say bye. Say bye, Miffy. Say bye. She's like, what's going on? What's going on? Save the dog, save the dog. Save the human, save the human, save both, save both. Which one would you save? Which one would you save? And don't forget to like and subscribe. Take care, and thanks for visiting. Bye.